Residence Hall Director with Residential Life in the Doty and Turck halls, which are first-year living communities.
What opportunities are available through Residential Life to make your time more impactful while in McAllister?
Yeah, I think that Residential Life offers a lot of formal opportunities as well as informal opportunities. So some of the formalized opportunities would include the Residential Hall Association, which is a leadership organization that allows folks that live in the residential halls to come together to talk about important issues in the halls, whether it's things like shower curtains or different events, and even help allocate money to residents. We also have community meetings, which are great ways formally for folks to get together once a month to talk about kind of events that are going on campus, organizing the floor to get together to do something, as well as we create that time to have meaningful conversations that are connected with monthly bulletin board topics, which are really nice. Some other things that I think that are great is that the residential hall community is like your home away from home. So even the informal settings of getting together in a lounge, connecting with those with their doors open, I think, and creating a family outside of your home, I think that the halls are just a natural place for that to happen. Each of the hall desks have things such as board games and soccer balls and other sports equipment, as well as cooking equipment that you can bring back to your halls, or depending on policy, bring outside into the community to gather folks around. So being sure to use those opportunities. They're free and they're available to all MEC students. And so just a great way to either have something formal or even informal, just hanging out in the halls and you want to get outside or just do something that's not academic too. So. Something that I would advise, and probably from my own experience, is I think as a first-generation Latina college student, I was really afraid sometimes to go and try something and wanting to make sure that I have all my pieces together. And I say, let your curiosity guide you and lead you to some extent. I think that allowing yourself to do that and to take chances is really important. I think and also recognizing when your gut tells you yes, but then something's telling you not, really seeking that out and seeing why and exploring that, I think is really important. And so yeah, unpacking a lot. I think college is a great time to kind of begin or continue the exploration of self and in that journey and how it can follow through. Yeah. I work in a few different capacities, both formally in the residential halls, but then I help with a few different other things throughout campus. And I would say formally, I supervise my student staff folks, as well as that includes the RAs as well as office assistants. I like to spend time in my office and as well as walking around the halls and just formally making connections, talking with people, joking around. I try to make sure that I get out to events. I think the great thing at McAllister is that it's so small that you really do get to know each other's names and connect stories and those sort of things with who they are and what they're doing here at McAllister, or what they're trying to start exploring here. So I think that that's my kind of role in residential life. I think that I do I work with the DML, I work with the larger Office of Student Affairs in multiple roles as well, and so I think that in those ways, and work to mentor student leaders as well, and so I think in those ways lots of informal relationships and formal relationships begin. And so yeah, I think that's what's really special at McAllister, is trying to define my everyday interactions, because even I think for a student, but even as a staff member, every day looks a little bit different. It just depends on what's happening and what is happening. So yeah, so sometime during the semester I could be working on a committee and working with students, or maybe I'm having a conduct meeting, and so that really just depends on what's kind of going on. It's pretty fluid, yeah.